That's all I can say. Ancestral wisdom and science is probably the best way to describe what our program consists of. Essentially, what we do is we combine powerful lifestyle intervention. So when you guys think about your struggles with weight loss, hands down, what do you guys you tell me, I'm gonna make this a very interactive live. What do you think is the basis for your struggles with weight loss and weight maintenance? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, boil it down to the very basic thing in your body. What's wrong with your body that makes it challenging for you to either lose the weight or keep it off for the rest of your life? We are talking about how to minimize side effects right now as we speak. Yes, late gal, you can get set up for a consultation. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna be texting our team, and then they're gonna set you up for a consult with one of our experts. Water is definitely important, but I would not say water is the main reason. PCOS is getting closer, but there's something underlying of PCOS. So think even more basic. Not everybody has PCOS. So what is the common issue that almost every overweight person has? That makes it so that your body wants to stay fat. There we go. There we go, Jessica. Jessica gets a star for guessing it. Now, inflammation is number 2, without a doubt. Inflammation is numero dos, without a doubt. It's not calories, guys. Are you eating in a surplus of calories? Sure. Is that the reason why you're obese or overweight? No, it's not. And, you know, I can talk on and on and on about that, but I don't wanna bore you with that. Essentially, to explain it as easily as I can, calories are like the calories are the thing that we can measure, and we know that if you're eating a surplus, then what you burn, you gain weight. And we also know if you eat at a deficit, you lose weight. These are true statements. But what's senior to the energy in versus energy out, and why calories, I ultimately say, don't matter, is because what dictates whether you will actually get into a calorie deficit and maintain that for weight loss ultimately is your hormones, specifically, mainly, primarily insulin. When insulin levels are elevated, which is a byproduct of insulin resistance, that condition known as hyperinsulinemia, this is what creates a scenario for your body, which makes it very challenging to achieve weight loss and even more challenging to achieve weight maintenance. It's just not gonna happen. So, let me rephrase that. It can happen, but you won't be happy with the results. We already have literature that demonstrates all you gotta do is eat less calories and you will lose weight on the short. But anybody that's ever focused on calories long term will tell you that's bull. It never works. And so how can we have short-term research that shows consistently you will lose weight by simply restricting calories and nothing more, and then we have the long-term research that shows a completely different scenario? Well, maybe there's something that happens between the short term and the long term. Whew, such a great concept, right? Insulin will always win the battle. As insulin levels are elevated, it creates this pro storage. It activates these storage pathways in your body. Store, store, store. Grow, grow, grow. It doesn't wanna burn, 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 or waste, waste, waste. So if I wanna grow tissue, if I wanna store into tissue, I'm gonna make the body eat more. I'm gonna make the body hungry more. Does that sound familiar, guys? Food chatter? Food chatter? You wanna know why your body's always hungry? It's just a response to a signal. It's signaling. and that signal creates dysfunction in fuel partitioning. The fuel that you eat, your body doesn't know where to partition it. It doesn't know where to put it because when you consume calories, your body can put those calories to use in many different areas. Storing fat is one of many different things that your body can choose to do with the energy. When you have a dysfunction in fuel partitioning, your body tends to store more of those calories towards fat. Therefore, you're more tired, you're more hungry, you're more brain foggy. When in reality, you could be eating the same amount of calories and not be obese because your body has better partitioning. Like, it has a better decision to make with what it does with the fuel. Does that make sense, guys? Trying my best to, like, explain that in a way that you can resonate with and something that you can kinda sink your teeth into. My insulin is normal, my blood work looks very good. Now, Barb, when you say your insulin looks normal, what does that mean? Did you get your fasted insulin tested? Fasting insulin and C-peptide. If you test those markers and you're really into an 8 to 10-hour fast, they should be on the lower end of the reference range. If they are on the lower end of the reference range, not in the middle, that's not good. Not in the range is good. Near the bottom. So if your reference range is, say, 3 to 20, somewhere between 3 and 6 would be good. That's where I'm happy. That's optimal. And that's not the only marker to look at, trust me, you gotta consider many more markers, but that's definitely one marker to think with. Mona, I'm on the maxed out dose, but I plateaued. So, is that what you guys wanna hear me talk about first is maxed out dosing, or do you want me to talk about weight loss plateaus? Do you want me to talk about peptides or insulin resistance? If you wanna talk about how to get started and you're just like, "You know what, Dr. Jones, like, I'm ready," right here. Shoot us a message. We got you covered. We're ready to help you guys kick some ass. How do you calculate your daily protein? Well, if you're eating a carnivore diet, you don't have to worry about calculating protein, which is kinda nice. But if you're not doing a carnivore diet, you wanna be getting about 1 gram of protein per pound of target body weight. 1 gram per pound of target body weight. Peptide stacks. So my favorite peptides to stack and what we've had the most amount of success with would be tirzepatide with AOD 9604. So tirzepatide and AOD 9604. Those are my go-to peptides. Lance, shoot us a message here, buddy. Super excited. We'll get you rocking and rolling. I do my blood work every 6 months, and it looks really good. Yeah, Barb. So the 4 main reasons why you are struggling to lose weight, we talked about insulin resistance, inflammation. So your insulin could be good, but you can be very inflamed. So your inflammation issues can come from autoimmune diseases like Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, just to name a few. Non-autoimmune inflammatory conditions like PCOS, menopause, Lyme's disease, post-COVID. There's a lot actually. And then we got thyroid. So if you have a hypothyroid situation, you're not going to lose weight. Awesome, Miss Lisa. Shot us a message. Super stoked. So thyroid is this is something that we can get into later if you want, but it's a master hormone in your body, and if you have low thyroid activation, you're gonna struggle to lose weight. Thank you. Um, and then finally, we have cortisol. So cortisol, um, is a stress hormone, and when cortisol is elevated. Is that what I said? She said good advertising. Jesus, woman. Um, what were we talking about? I forgot. Explain AOD. Yes. So AOD is going to optimize your weight loss results. What do I mean by optimize? I mean improve. What do I mean by improve? I don't necessarily mean losing more weight on the scale. You guys got to stop fixating with the scale. Yes, we use it as a metric, especially when you're really overweight. You know, it's an easy way to know that we're losing and moving in the right direction. But weight does not tell us how much fat you're losing and how much muscle you're not losing, if you know what I mean. So many of you are not protecting your precious skeletal muscle tissue. Muscle mass is insanely important for metabolic health. Your muscles are like sponges for glucose. The more muscle you have, the more skeletal muscle you have, the more glucose your body can tolerate. The better glucose tolerance you have, the better everything gets because we live in a world that avoiding sugar and avoiding carbohydrates is like one of the most important things that we need to practice. And having the ability to say maybe give in and have some carbs here and there and not actually worry about potential harm because you have muscles soaking up all that glucose. I don't know about you guys, but I would rather have muscles soak up the glucose than be able to eat some sugar. Now, am I advocating for a sugar laden diet? Of course not. But you get my point. I think practicality, sustainability means that we need to have some wiggle room here. Absolutely, resistance training needs to be part of your lifestyle. You need to lift heavy weights. It's non-negotiable. If you think that being healthy means not lifting weights, then you don't have a proper understanding of being healthy. It is impossible to be healthy without resistance training, with the exception of young people. But everybody hits a point where not resistance training, and I guess the exceptions could be if you do a particular line of work that involves a lot of resistance training, you can make that argument too. Most people don't have that physical labor type job, and even if you do have physical labor, in many cases, you're burning more calories, but you're not stimulating the muscles. Is it safe to stack regenerative peptides? Sure, regenerative peptides are phenomenal. What happens when you get food poisoning or the flu? You should rest and recover. Doesn't affect anything else though. Um, Barb, I only walk 10 miles a day, 5 miles before work and 5 miles after work. Walking is good, but walking does not replace resistance training. Let me repeat that. Walking does not replace resistance training. You need to lift weights, not only for metabolic health purposes, but as you age. If you want to age gracefully, if you wanna protect your joints, if you wanna have mobility, if you wanna have strength, if you wanna be able to do things, the older you get, the harder it gets to build muscle mass. There's literal longevity research that shows a strong correlation between how long you live and how much muscle mass you have on your body. Uh, this is Deplorable Plumber. That's an awesome name. Not sure what it means, but it sounds cool. That's awesome. You got your call set up. Super pumped for you. Let's kick some ass. I love it. I love it. Did a resistance workout the other day for the first time in years, and I'm so sore. Yeah, yeah. When you haven't done it in a really long time, that absolutely happens. And so now the key is consistency. The key is you gotta be consistent with what you're doing. You should always aim to be a little sore, in my opinion. You don't necessarily have to be sore every single time, but soreness is a nice indication that you get the job done. Yes, we do prescribe AOD. We do prescribe all these various peptides in all 50 states. What's up, Lester? Come on, buddy. Good boy. Ashley started, point 1 of Sema and have slowly titrated up, worked up to point 4. Lots of weight to lose. Be careful, Ashley, constantly increasing your dose. This is something that I always warn people to be more cautious of. Unfortunately, insurance company doesn't cover our services, but if you have sleep apnea, I think that I don't know if it's just Medicare or if it was all carriers, but guys, if you can get your primary cares or your doctor to cover these medications, great. Do it. Get the coaching from us. I wanna help you save as much money as I possibly can. I'm all about that. So what GLP-1 do you like the best? The one that I like the best is tirzepatide without a doubt. Tirzepatide is the tried and true. It works really good, and, we do have retatrutide. We do have retatrutide, but the tirzepatide, though, um, if you haven't used one yet, if you haven't used it, I would definitely stick with tirzepatide. Private, use GLP-1 as a tool and become obsessed with lifting weights. I love that. Private, you read my mind. Plateau on GLP-1. Aaron, stay tuned. We're gonna teach you how to fix that. We're gonna teach you how to fix that without a doubt. Um, you know, we don't John, I don't know the answer to that, honestly, because we don't really focus on like, berberine doesn't really come up for us. It's a good supplement, and, but honestly, when you follow our protocols, you don't really need a bunch of supplements, so berberine never really comes up. I've heard the modified one is better, but I'm not exactly positive. Why do I prefer Terz to Retta? Um, so retatrutide is probably better, but tirzepatide is more well established. We do have high quality 503 retatrutide if you really wanna do it, but remember, retatrutide is still in phase 3 clinical trials. So we're always gonna recommend something that's FDA approved and something that's, you know, well established. But if you've struggled on tirzepatide, then yes, retatrutide might be, what you're in need of. JC, does my audio sound fine now that I'm talking closer to the mic? I do think that that was the issue the entire time, was I would kinda, like, on my lives, not pay attention to where my mic was. Um, so Miss Lisa, yes, sorry about that. We work with compounding pharmacies, so everything is 503A quality compounded peptides. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. All right. Yeah, the compounded active ingredients are significantly more affordable. So, Mounjaro and Zepbound, you're gonna pay 1,000 to $1,500 a month, but compounded tirzepatide, you're gonna pay a couple hundred bucks. Same thing with those that will go. Compounded semaglutide, um, is much more affordable. Yeah, no, literally, for the price that you would pay for the pharmaceutical brands, that would cover my coaching, that would cover the compounded, that would cover the labs, that would cover the peptides, that would cover everything, and probably then some, uh, compared to the pharmaceutical brands, so it's pretty wild. Yeah, so you definitely would get a lot better, of options with us here. Oh, you don't have to get the Lemon app to reach out to us, Joelle. Who told you that you need the Lemon app? So, we have had phenomenal success with the compounded versions versus the pharmaceutical. My profile tells you you have to go to Lemon? Really? Where does it say that? If you click my bio link, I see what you're saying. I should remove that because it's taking you to Lemon and probably throwing you off. I didn't think about that. I'll remove that. I know what you're talking about. If you look below Lemon, there's our bio link. Yeah, that's I see what you're saying. But honestly, Joel, if you wanna just work with us, you don't have to do that. You just shoot me a message here. That's why I got this number here to make it easy for you guys. Does it does it slow down getting into autophagy? I want to fast to help with loose skin down the road. Um, the medication, I don't think slows down autophagy. My guess is I think it would enhance autophagy, but truthfully, what gets you into autophagy more than anything else is fasting, not eating, and fasting triggers the autophagy reaction from the body because it has to recycle the protein, so it's gotta break down the non-essential tissues. That's the way that you turn that on. Tiffany, yeah, $1,500 a month is, definitely a lot of money, and, it's all context, right? I don't know what kind of peptide cycles you're talking about, but there's definitely some really expensive peptides. So it just depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish. Digestive enzymes, do you have a preference or something I need to look for? Um, thank you, Miss Lisa, I appreciate that. We have a digestive enzyme product that we recommend. So, if you click the link in my bio, or actually, I don't know why I keep saying link in the bio. Just shoot us a message, and we can send you a link to our favorite, product. Oh, fasting is amazing. So is carnivore diet, by the way. You want the 2 most potent lifestyle strategies? Here they are: carnivore and fasting. Do you have to do the carnivore? No, if you're not ready. But carnivore is probably the proper human diet. Carnivore diet is probably the proper human diet. Plants are not meant to be eaten, and we've already known for a very long time that plants possess defense chemicals. We just chose to ignore it, and, there's an argument to be made as to why we chose to ignore that for so long, but I think the large, large pool of people experiencing massive improvements in their health, this says a lot, you know? Big D says, "Retta and eating more broke my stall, down 17 pounds in 2 weeks? Holy crap, that's a lot. That's more than a pound a day. Are you sure? 17 pound in 2 weeks or 2 months?" Yes, I do think that fruit is okay to eat for most people once you become insulin sensitive. So I don't think the proper human diet has to be only meat. I do think that fruit, ripe fruit, when in season, choosing the right fruits, looking for high quality, that being the most of your cheat meal, that being most of your sweet cravings, I'm okay with that once we get you insulin sensitive, without a doubt. Yeah, all protein is not the way to go because you need fat. You need fat in your diet. Guys, if you just joined us, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics we service across the nation, all 50 states. I work with my medical practitioners. They prescribe and I coach. So it's really awesome because nobody's doing what we're doing. We're coaching people just like you to break the stall, to end the metabolic downregulation, to improve long-term health, and set you up for success for permanent weight maintenance. So if you're tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of side effects, if you're tired of complications, you don't want to be stuck on this medication for the rest of your life, or you like the idea of using micro protocols. Micro protocols are protocols where you utilize lower doses. If that resonates with you, if you want to put in the work, but you just need the guidance, the coaching, the support, if you want to maintain this new level of health for the rest of your life, then you're in the right live. Shoot us a message. This phone number here is the best way to reach out to my team. They will go over the program, the coaching, the prices, all of that. If I'm on Samoralin, can I do Tesamorelin after, or you should take a break in between? Matt, it taking a break is always a good idea. Um, you really can't measure receptor downregulation, and these 2 peptides are technically activating similar things, and so, you know, it depends on what dose you were on. Did you do 5 days on, 2 days off? Did you do every day? These are some of the things to consider. Retta is amazing. I know Retatrutide is pretty dope, guys. We do have 503A quality Retatrutide, just so you know, so you don't have to resort to research peptides for your Retatrutide. We will make sure that you stay safe. I wonder if we should try. Let's see, how are we doing on appointments? Maybe we'll end early today. Let's see. Yeah, the GLP-1 medications do not create tiredness. They do not create brain fog. They do not create constipation or feeling full. Those symptoms are happening because you're not eating enough food. Your body's malnourished. It goes into survival mode. We can always tell that that's happening. Oh, wow, we are booked out till the 5th. Holy crap. All right, guys, I am out of time. Just so you guys know, you can catch me, uh, many different places. You guys have heard me, talk about, what we do and how you can reach out to my office to get the coaching, to get the prescriptions, to get, um, the guidance, to join our program. We do service all 50 states. All you gotta do is shoot us a text message here. Make sure you're following this TikTok. Make sure you're following this channel. Make sure you guys have guidance. If you're not ready to work with us professionally, we do have a ton of free resources I want you guys to know. Um, we have the Facebook community, the free weight loss guides and peptide guides. Um, I welcome you to join the Flow Academy membership. That is our $27 a month community that gives you the base entry level and access to me and ambassadors and coaches, and there's just a ton of resources in that community for you as well. Make sure you're following me on YouTube and on TikTok. These are my main platforms. We'll see you guys later. Have a great, Saturday. Kick some ass, everybody. See you guys later on YouTube.